Hey, what's up everyone? I got a big fat stupid haul of Funko Pops today. And I say stupid because I bought a Funko Pop that, I don't know, I think I shouldn't have. I might have opened up Pandora's box because it is pretty cool. And I feel like Funko's gonna make a ton of them because I'm sure they're popular. And I just can't help myself. But I guess there's worse things to be addicted to. I also got a couple of really old items, like 30 years old, and a pop I got from a trade. Do you think I'll get demonetized for this? Alright, this one's from Amazon. Pretty impressive for Amazon, right? But that is because it's an exclusive, right? So when it's an exclusive, Amazon does a pretty good job shipping because they get their exclusives in sorters. It's really easy for them. But this is the Capwolf. And, you know, one of the things I tell you guys is to not think that when something's exclusive, it means that it's rare or hard to get. So this guy's still available to order from Amazon for $14.99 retail price, free shipping. And I have a feeling there are more of these Capwolfs out there than a lot of just common pops. That's why sometimes these guys don't go up in value in the same way that like older commons sometimes do, because even though it's a common, doesn't mean that it's less abundant or more abundant than these exclusives. Sometimes there's a lot more of these exclusives because they know the power of the sticker. Just keep that in mind. But if you still want this guy, he's right there on Amazon, and you know you can trust their shipping. And I know some people were paying like, you know, 30, 35 bucks for this guy right after the con. Of course, this just has a shared sticker on it. I'm actually not even sure if this one even came with an official sticker or not. But, you know, Amazon exclusives tend to be very abundant, is the point I'm trying to get across in my long-winded fashion. But this guy does look cool, and that's why I bought him. I didn't expect him, you know, to be a future Grail or something that goes up in price a lot. He's just really cool, and I like the box, and I like how everything's red, white, and blue. And it's just weird, you know, Captain America as a werewolf. It's just weird. Another one from Amazon. Same kind of packaging. And this is one of the last ones I need for my Suicide Squad set. And yes, I even ordered that new metallic Shark King or King Shark, because it is really cool. It's a cool character. I do expect those ones actually to go up in price in the future, but I also like that one, and I think metallic, even though I guess it doesn't make much sense for King Shark, it still kind of does, I guess, because sharks are kind of, you know, shiny and glistening. But I did purchase that one as well. And the only one I'm missing now is the glittery Harley Quinn, which I don't really care about. It's just the common glittered. I don't think I need it. And also the Walmart Boomerang. Don't think I need that one either. But I do like Harley in this dress and in this pose, and I like that bow. So here you can see the difference between this one and the common. She has a javelin, she doesn't have the bow in her hair, and her dress is torn. And here it's not. And I think it's different enough. I think it's pretty cool. So I wanted to get it. And like I tell you, you know, ordering from Amazon isn't a good idea for common pops, because if this was a common pop, they would have just thrown it in a box, no protection. Would have got dinged up on you. It wouldn't have been mint condition how this one is. So exclusives, green light. Anything else, red light. And this one was from a trade. I sent Franklin FM McGinnis, a fellow YouTuber. I'll link his channel below. But I sent him a bunch of my Suicide Squad Mystery Mini doubles. And he sent me this pop. But I'm really excited about this one because it is pretty cool. And that is T'Chaka from Black Panther. This is a Funko Hollywood exclusive. And yeah, he's pretty amazing looking. You know, I don't know what that's called, like his little African serape thing there. But I really like the contrast between those purples, golds, greens, yellows on the black. And I like how his Black Panther suit has kind of like this crown kind of design on it. Really cool looking. Here's a set of commons, several years old now. Pretty cool that they're still adding to the line. And yeah, this is definitely one that's going to look great with the rest of my Black Panther pops. Now here is where we start to get a little stupid. And speaking of Black Panther, you know, I was going to make a video gloating and posting everybody's messages from Twitter and Facebook crying about how they couldn't get the Blacklight Black Panther bundle. But I was able to get it, had it in my cart, checked out. Didn't even bother going for the other ones because I knew that one was going to be the one that's hard to get. And I didn't want to waste any time. And I even got two. But I'm glad I didn't make that video because I would have looked like a total idiot because Target canceled my order. I think they canceled everybody's order, really. And these ones, I had to approve delays on them tons of times as well. Target, man, it's getting pretty annoying. And here's a Darth Vader. I actually forget what they call these. They look like they're black lights, but they're not. They're kind of like a comic booky art style. They're not art series either, because there's actual, you know, rhyme and reason to the way they're painted, even though they kind of do look like art series. But it came in mint condition. It wasn't protected that well. I do love this box though. And here is the inspiration from the Star Wars comic books. And it does feel like it has some weight to it. But it does look like the art series. So I kind of want to take him out and take a closer look. Just to see how he feels, if he does feel like, you know, vinyl, like the other pops do. And this one has an insert in the back. I really love that. I love when they do that with certain pops. I don't know why they don't just do that with all of them. I think that's really a nice touch for the inbox collectors, are those little background cards. And here he is. Definitely feels like the harder plastic, like the art series ones. You see how they're kind of glued together in two pieces, like you know, like an old school, you know, G.I. Joe vehicle toy or something like that, or you know what kind of plastic I'm talking about. That kind of cheaper toy gun plastic. Not sure why they do that. I wonder if this technique is similar to the way they do the art series, where it's kind of like a paint bath, I guess, and they just dip the art series. That's why it always looks all fucked up and like it's melting and pretty ugly. But this looks so precise. Maybe they've kind of mastered that technique a little bit more, or I don't know, or it's a combination of both, or they're just, you know, starting to use this plastic maybe because it's a little cheaper, maybe because, you know how there's been so many delays, maybe this is just easier to get than the vinyl. Who knows? It's all, you know, speculation on my part. But I do think they look really cool. Really happy with this idea. Like, this to me seems more like an art series pop than the actual art series, because I think technically they're not. Well, you know, obviously they're not, because they don't come in like the pop protecting, the hard stack or anything like that, which I'm not even a fan of that either. I am a fan of every pop coming in an actual soft protector. I don't care if it's like the cheapest of the cheapest soft protectors. I feel like Funko would save themselves a lot of headache with people complaining about, you know, box damage, and I don't know, I just feel like it would be better all around for everybody if every pop came with a protector, and then just charge, you know, an extra 50 cents per pop. Like, who cares? If it came with a protector, I can't imagine many pop collectors wouldn't go for that, you know, have each pop cost an extra 50 cents if it came with a protector. But anyway, major takeaway here is that this plastic is not vinyl, right? The soft, kind of heavier vinyl. It is this cheaper plastic, but it's a great design. Really like that. You know, Why do they even bother with that? It doesn't even stay on and it's already taped. Weird. And here is C-3PO. That like black inking on the yellow looks really cool. It's a really nice contrast. And again, loving the insert. Just an awesome idea for Pops and executed quite well. This could have gone horribly wrong, but they're really nice. Really liking the box art. And yeah, and I say stupid because, you know, okay, you don't see them pictured here. I'll go through all of them and then I'll give you my thoughts on that. And here's Luke Skywalker. Honestly, you know, in my opinion, maybe the weakest one. Because I think that this little shadowing on his face looks awkward. The rest of it is pretty cool. You know, you got the black shadowing or the black inking on his little, I don't know what you call that little tunic there. And the blue looks pretty cool too. But I think it works the best on characters like C-3PO. But it still looks cool. But like, you know, they don't have any of it on the hair. And I guess that's why they added it to the cheeks to kind of tie in the head, because where else are you going to put it? But if you look here, see how it has some on the hair there? It doesn't appear to have it on the actual pop. It would be better if it did have the brown on the on the hair too to tie it all together. Yeah. I don't see it. So that's kind of weak, but that's a small nitpick because it still looks cool. I even like how the hilt of the lightsaber is blue. So here's the inspiration for that one. Blue hilt. Light blue on his white clothes. And lots of black inking. So overall, the execution is really nice. Just wish it had that highlight on it too. I didn't show you the inspiration for C-3PO, so just similar, you know, comic cover. Really nice art on these old school Star Wars books. And I think this is probably the coolest one, the Stormtrooper, because similar to C-3PO, that really dark black inking really pops on the white. Well, he appears to be mostly like a lighter blue, actually. He's not true white, because if you look close, the highlights are white, and there's black over them, and the actual pop is like this really, really soft baby blue, and it looks really nice. I really like that. Yeah, I think this is my favorite one out of the 4, and they use the same cover on the back of this one. So the reason I think this was stupid of me to get into these is because I really like them. And I feel like they could definitely make a Han Solo. They should make a Han Solo, a Yoda, a Boba Fett, a Chewbacca, a Princess Leia, and that would be good. Oh, and of course, an R2-D2. The core characters of Star Wars. Am I missing anybody really, really important? I think that's the core. Which they're probably going to make. I don't know why they would just make these 4, right? And not Leia, Han, Yoda, Chewbacca, and the rest, right? So, in getting these, I've pretty much committed to buy, you know, probably about 10 of these style of pops. But they do look very amazing. Really impressed by these. And no blood vessels bursting today because everything seemed to come mint. Almost doxed myself there again. There, that's better. So, this one I'm a little bit more worried about because the corners are pretty bent up on this one. This one, the guy packed it up really nice. Like, ain't nothing happening to that one. But let's take a look at this one first. So this is Epic Illustrated Magazine. This is from April 1981. So this is not 30 years old. This is 40 years old. And if you recognize that name right there, Hildebrandt, he also made some of the Marvel masterpieces in the later part of the 90s, some of the older series. So you might recognize his artwork. Look at that, really old ads. Sometimes these old magazines are kind of fun to look at, even just, you know, as like a kind of like a time capsule, right? Got Altered States, super old movie. You know, in this age, right, in our history, there was a lot of satanic panic, and you actually clipped away to send it in, which is another reason a lot of these magazines, because this isn't a comic book, it's a magazine from this era, don't survive because of stuff like that. American Pop, super old. Yeah, you see this kind of artwork here. So very similar to Heavy Metal Magazine. Just cool. Nice 80s time capsule. So this one's Spring 1980. So this is one of the older ones. You know, not perfect, but to me, one of the most important things is that the staples are still in there, that the covers are still on. So definitely, if you're going to buy something like this, really, really look at the pictures, even ask questions. We got an editorial by Stan Lee here, and this is a Marvel magazine. So this is really cool. This Galactus art. So yeah, Silver Surfer and Galactus have a story in these, and you know, it's a magazine, so like kind of similar to, I don't know, like those anime magazines where the stories will be broken up into, you know, they'll get a few pages in the magazine, and then you'll get a few pages of another story, then you got to get the next one to finish the story. Kind of a cool format. I wish there was still stuff like this, because look how cool that is. Really amazing art. So here we change to something else. Again, it's getting a little not safe for YouTube. So yeah, these were meant for adults. They weren't for kids. So the stories are a little heavier than they are in Marvel, and there's some nudity, some violence. They're just more messed up. And yeah, you have a mixture of color, black and white. Kind of an interesting set. I want to collect them all. The price is still cheap. Everything in the collectible world is going up so much, so fast. But it's fun to hunt around online for some of these more obscure things. And do you think that I would get demonetized for this? You know.